Hey guys, welcome back. We're back here in House Flipper. We did finish up this entire floor last time, so let's go ahead and head down again. All right, we are here now. Don't know what we're going to be doing here. We do want some walls. Okay. Looks like it's going to go from there to there and up. And I have been given permission through a comment by Moving Target to go ahead and use these little inspiration board things to actually see how things go. And I don't know, I was just like, I don't know, I was taking it as a personal challenge to try and do it myself without looking at those, and I'm not sure why. But that's how my brain works. But I've officially been given permission, and they actually suggested that I use those. So, yeah, we're going to be using those. That's going to make it so much easier to know where things are supposed to go and where they were intended to be. So, yeah, we are going to start looking at those and see if that helps us out. I feel like it will a lot, actually. Okay, got a door in there. What are we doing in here? Anything else? Are we... Okay, not sure what this is, but we'll go ahead and put it in. One right there. One right here. I'm assuming that's going to look nice in the end. I feel like it will. And then this looks like a platform for a bed. I could be totally wrong on that. And they also want me to demolish this up here. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. All right. I'm on board with that. Okay. And then in here, are we doing any walls? No. Okay, so let's start in the hallway here. We'll shut these. Wall trim only goes on bottom and top of painted walls. Okay, good to know. All right, and we're looking at the picture. Gonna use that. Clear this room before selling the door. I already did that, so I can go ahead and sell that. And let's see what we got. We got some of this, and some of this. Okay, now let's look at the picture here. Okay, so that is supposed to go on the wall. All right, we'll go ahead and grab that, and we'll put that on all of this wall as well as this one. Might have to grab some more there. Yep. All right, that's fine. Get that all the way up there, and then this wall as well. Okie doke. That's looking good, and then this is going to be our floor. Bring that all the way down. Might as well get that all the way across here. That doesn't want to be... Okay. This little section here doesn't want to be this. Oh, yeah, it does. Okay, that was weird. Okay. Not sure if we were supposed to do that because it wasn't highlighted, but we did it. So, yeah. I don't know if we should have done that. Well, we'll find out. It'll look nice either way, I feel like. Oh, that was weird. It keeps jumping me out of painting, which is incredibly strange. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Because I'm not letting go of the keyboard or the mouse, so I genuinely don't know why it's doing that now. That is a new thing to me. All right, let's go all the way over. There we go. Get all the way under there. Try to get this little top part. Perfect. And then we'll get these little... I want to call them triangles, but they've got a circle on one side. I'm sure there's a specific word for that kind of shape. Not sure what that is. But we're going to call them little triangles. There we go. And then we'll get this all the way around. There we go. That looks good. Okay. And this wall right here. I think this is the last wall. I could be wrong. And it is. Okay. So now we can sell those. What is this? Curtains. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the curtains up. All right. Right there. Perfect. And right there. Love it. Okay. Autosave lag, not my fault. There we go. Okay. So, how are we looking? We're looking pretty good. All right. Let's start to buy. Oh, let's do the trim first. Wall trim only goes on top and bottom of painted walls. Okay. How do I flip this? Isn't there a way to flip this? There we go. I was being dumb. Okay. Why? Oh, because that's in the way. I get it. Okay, well, let's get this across the top. Only on top and bottom of painted walls. Okay. There we go. I keep forgetting how to flip it. It's the scroll wheel, and I keep pushing R and being, like, surprised that it's not working. That's a me problem. I'll work through it at some point. Okay, and then, nope, not there. Here. And across there. Perfect. 2 lights. Where do we... Oh, goodness. Okay, so it looks like they just go in the hall. So we'll put 1 there and 1 down here. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. A sideboard. Where... Do we have another picture? Or is that the only... That's the only picture. Okay. I do not know where that goes. Oh, is that it? Okay. Okay, I get it. Let's get that spun around. We'll put it directly under there. 2 light switches. We'll put 1 down here and 1 down here. I don't know, it just feels right to have 1 at each end. Where does this rug go? Just straight down the middle. Okay. So we're going to pull that out to there, I guess, and then all the way down. Okay, I like that. I'm happy with that there. Looks like this goes in the middle. Okay, we can do that. Not a problem. And then a plant on each side with a plant and a plant. Love that. Okay, and then the clock went here. Okie doke. It should go up a little bit, shouldn't it? There we go. Okay. And then what? Just a picture. Does it show? Yep, it goes right there. Okay, we'll put that right here. We'll make it how it's supposed to be, I think. Okay, and I think that's everything in here except for selling this, which we don't have to check. We did it correctly because we used it as a guide. So that's pretty cool. I think I want to start in here. Okay. Let's shut the door. We'll grab the paint. We'll grab this. Okay, this is going to go on the floor. Makes sense. We'll even get it under the door there. I don't know if I'm supposed to do that, but that's what we did. I guess I could look at the picture. Let's look at the picture. Why not? Okay, that's too high. Okay, so we are supposed to do that on the floor. Looks like this is going to be a walk-in closet, so love that. That's a good idea. That means the other little room will probably be a bathroom, I think. Oh, that also makes sense for this little top part that we got there. I like it. Okay, so we'll come all the way across. We'll get all of this painted up. We'll go across there. That looks good. Across here. That looks good. And then we'll get this back wall. Well, actually, we're going to run out of paint first. Okay. That's fine. We'll get it. There we go. There we go. And then we got to get this wall, which we need to grab some more paint for, just so we don't run out. Okie doke. That is looking pretty darn great. Autosave lag. There we are. Okay. So, what did we have in mind in here? Okay, light switch, obviously gonna go over here. Alright. Alright, so how are we gonna do this? Little, big, little, big. Okay, so let's put a little right there, a big, and one more little one. Okay, that looks perfect. We want 2 mirrors. Those are going to go down here. I don't know if they're supposed to touch the ground. We're going to lift them up just a hair. Autosave lag again. My goodness. And then we want a light up here. We want a light over here. And a light right there. Okay, that looks good to me. Okay, a rug. Gonna put that right here on the floor. I want that to be centered on the mirrors if possible. And we're just gonna kind of put stuff in how it makes sense to me. So I don't think it matters so much where individual things go, if that makes sense. So we're just gonna put it in there so that it looks nice. We'll put a wallet. Not there apparently. Can I scoot this over? Okay, now can I put the wallet? Okay. Shoes. I can't put them in there. That's a little disappointing. Okay, we'll put them in here. We'll go shoe, 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 shoe. And then these are taller shoes. Is that going to work? I don't know that that would work. So we'll put those up here. Okay, and a ball cap. And a pretty hat. We'll just put that right there. Okay. Glove, glove. Those aren't gonna fit in there. Okay, that's fine. Another handbag, that's fine. Sunglasses, we'll just put those right here. And an umbrella. I'm realizing that that is supposed to go on a shelf. So, okay. How are we going to rearrange this? Can I fit these in here? Yes. In theory. Yes. Okay. So, then we can kind of rearrange a little bit over here. Or not, because that bag is being difficult. What if we put that there? And then we put those there. And then we move these shoes over here. I think that would be fine. Okay, and then the umbrella can go right there. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I know we didn't do it exactly like they showed, but that did help out. I think we did pretty good there. I'm very happy with that. Okay. On to, let's do this room, which I assume is going to be a bathroom. Let's do that one first. We've got paint, we've got tile, tile, and tile. Okay, let's look at the pictures. Okay, that's looking adorable. All right, so this big one is going to go on the floor. That makes sense. Love that, actually. Let's grab some more. Go right there. Okay. And then looks like we're going to do one line of the blue. Okay. So we're going to take that all the way around. Okie doke. Right there. All the way across here. All the way across there. Is it blue along the top as well? I feel like it should be. So we're going to do that. Missed a little spot right there. We'll get right across here and all down this wall. Okay. And then this one is going to go underneath. That's strange that it comes out blue first. How weird. All right. So, going to bring that all the way around. Okay. And now we are painting. We're going to try not to mess up the tile. I can't make any promises on that. I feel like I always try, and half the time I still mess it up. So, yeah, just going to do my best to be as careful as we can. I just painted over the tile. All right, that's fine. It's fine. See, I was trying to be careful, and I forgot it was up there. So, that's totally on me. Let's get that and this and across here. Be careful of the tile. Okay, we will fix that. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. Okay, got that. Let's get this and this. And then we just have to get this little, oh my goodness. I was trying to be careful again. Oh, wrong one. This one's gonna go right there and right here. Autosave lag, please, please no. I really wish they would fix that. What is this? Blinds. Okay, gonna get these up before we do anything else. Perfect. And then we can sell that. We have another little blind here. Gonna go right there. That looks good. I like that. Where is this tub supposed to go? Okay, so over here. Looks like it's gonna go right there. Okay. And then toilet over here. Is the toilet in the corner and then the bidet? It is. Okay. So we'll just put those right there. Sink goes over here. Okay. It's gonna go right there. What else? It says there's like a little cabinet. Am I crazy? Oh, that's a tall cabinet. I get it. Gonna put that right there. And then it looks like it's kind of just stuff after that. And I feel like I can do stuff. So, not so much of a problem. Where is the shelf supposed to go? Does anybody see? Okay, it goes under the mirror. So, like, here-ish. Okay, we'll just run that all the way across. Maybe the sink's too tall. Everything feels a little too tall here. So maybe we'll just pull that down. Okay, that feels fine. And then we'll put the mirror right above. That looks good. I like that. This is gonna go right here. Okay, love that. I love how that fits there. That's so perfect. Painting goes right here. Okie doke. Gonna size that down a little bit. I know it's bigger in their picture. I'm not sure why it does that. But it always makes it small. Where's this carpet supposed to go? Like under the tub? Can I do that? I genuinely did not know that you could do that. Okay. Love that. Okay. Towel racks go here. I know that they have them like kind of at different heights, but I don't want to do that. I know. I said I was going to follow the guide. But oh, it's because one's like over the tub. It's fine. I like them there. All right, so these go over here. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. And then these 2 towels can go right on there. That feels fine. These 2 towels go in here. Okay. And then it looks like the stuff kind of goes down here, so that's fine. We can do that. That doesn't want to fit there. Okie doke. We'll put the brush in there. And can we fit the comb? We can. Alright, toilet paper holder, toilet paper. What else? Soap dish. Okay. Looks like one goes here. We'll put one on the other side as well, because I don't know where else we would put it. So we'll put those there, and then a soap right there. I don't know. A razor can go over here. Oh, no, wait. We have a shelf. That's why we have a shelf. Okay. So toothbrush. Kitchen towel. We'll hang that there as well. Okay. So I want to put a body scrub up here. Cream up here. Cleanser also up here, I think. And then over here, we'll do the conditioner, the shampoo, shower gel, and a big old sponge, because why not? Okay, that looks right to me. Okay, and then we can sell these two things. Perfect. This is a very cute bathroom. I like this. That's pretty darn adorable. All right, let's shut this door and look at this room. Oh my goodness. Okay, we've got our pictures up there. Autosave lag, please stand by while the autosave lag happens. All right, we're gonna just throw everything on the ground. And then we're gonna look at the pictures, okay? Okay, so, wow, I just walked up a box there. All right, looks like carpet on the top of that. Okie doke, we can do that. We'll put carpet right up here. Okay. There we go. And then that wood paneling for the floor. We can do that as well. Don't know why I keep missing gaps. That's not even like the game being weird. That's just me legitimately not being able to click in the correct places. Yeah, so I don't know. Apparently I just can't click anymore. It's fine. We're gonna get through this. Okay, get under there. Get there. All across here. We're out of surface finish. Wow, we are completely out of surface finish. Okay. So, let's grab some more. Bring that across. Bring this across. Okay, and then this wall is going to be this tile. I kind of like that a lot. I'm curious to see how that looks. I think it's going to look amazing. Okay, let's grab some more. Yeah, I actually like that a lot. What are we missing? This thing, what is that supposed to be? Also that tile. Okay. I would have never thought to use that there, but now that I'm seeing it, I actually like it a lot. Let's make sure we get in there, and in there, and up this side, down this side. All right, all the way across. As far as we can reach for right now. Okay, get all of that, get all of this, go all the way across that top, there, and right there. And then that whole wall, what is that supposed to be? Also that tile, okay. I wasn't expecting to use tile in a bedroom at all. But I wasn't expecting there to be so much. But it actually looks really, really nice as like a wallpaper type situation. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I like it. We're going to need to buy more of that. Okie doke. Yeah, I really like that. And then we're going to paint the rest. Okie dokie. We can do that. We'll just start here. Work our way across and down. Back out from between these doors. Over. I want to get that as well. Oh, gosh. Almost missed an entire stripe there. Okay. I say that as we immediately missed an entire stripe. It's fine. It's fine. Totally fixable. We will get it. Okay. So we got that. Let's get this wall. Okay. And we'll go up and across. Autosave lag. My goodness. I don't even know that that was autosave lag. That was just lag in general. Okay. There we go. It also could be my computer. It's very warm here, and if you hear a sound in the background, that is my air conditioner doing its darndest. But it is still probably over 75 degrees in here, which I am quite comfortable in. I have no complaints about that temperature. I mean, yeah, it gets a little toasty sometimes. It's not particularly, like, cold and feeling air conditioned. But it's a heck of a lot better than outside, where it is, like, 95 degrees. So, really cannot complain. And I'm always cold, so doesn't hurt my feelings too much. And that is legitimately the best my air conditioner can do right now. So, dressing table clutter. Is this a curtain? It's a blind. All right, let's get that up. Okay, it doesn't want to go over any further. That's fine. That is fine. Let's get this one. Autosave lags. Look at that. Okay. Let's get this one up. And we'll get it over as far as we can. And then this one we can actually center. That looks nice. Love that. One more. Okay, I forgot this window existed. Is that the middle? I'm gonna say it is. It looks like the middle. Okay. Okay, where does the trim go? Looks like it goes along this bed. Okay. And that would make sense because there are 3 of them. So we'll go 1, 2. I actually really like that. 3. Okay, that looks lovely. Love that. Bed is going to go right on the top here. Am I on grid? Now I'm on grid. Okay. Difficult to tell what the middle is. I think it's there. Okay, nightstand on each side. I didn't look at the picture for that, but that has to be how that's supposed to go. Yes. Okay, and then we want the painting up here. Okie doke. I know it says it's supposed to be bigger. Can we make it big? Oh. I didn't know you could do that. That's kind of a game changer. Somehow that feels not centered, but I think it is. Okay. We're going to roll with it. What else? Little couch thing is going to go over here. That direction, I think, right? Yeah. Okay. And then this is going to go over there. Alrighty. So just going to put that right there. Okay. What is this? This... Is this that? I guess it is. Okay, that's going to go over here. Alright. 3 light switches. We're going to go ahead and get some light switches going. We'll put one there. I am supposed to have one on each side of the bed. Okay. I think I'm going to put them up there. I don't know. I just think that looks nice. Yeah, why not? Okay. So, dressing table. Wait, don't we have another tall table? What the heck am I doing with that? I guess that's what this is. That's where we're gonna put it anyway. Okay. And then gonna shuffle this. Gonna shuffle that. Gonna put the dressing table right here. Looks like it's supposed to be about in the center of the wall. And then we're going to move these over out of the way. Sorry for the dramatic pause there. There was an ant actively going for my coffee. And that was not going to work for me. Let me make sure there's no ants in there. Okay, let me have a drink of coffee. Hang on. Okay. Ottoman for the dressing table. Makes sense. We are going to put a rug under... Okay. Looks like we're going to have one big rug out here. Should I just resaw it? Okay. Okay. I was just going to resize that, but that's clearly not going to work. We're going to put that right there. And then, is this the one that we can... Okay, now I'm just confused. Maybe this is supposed to go here? That's where we're going to put it. And then this one can go over here. That feels like the same size rug, but it's fine. Okay. Is there supposed to be a small mirror? Is this it? Okay, this is it. Alright, we'll put that right in the middle. And then one of these on each side. Is this a lamp? It is. Okay, that's neat. We want to move that up so it's actually like in line with something there. Okay. And then there's going to be one on each side of the bed. Looks like it's supposed to go up here and up here. How does that feel? That feels good. Gonna turn those on. Okay, now where are the other two supposed to go? One goes there, one goes there. Okay. So one over here. We're just gonna put these directly over top of these tables. I think that looks nice. So gonna go with that. And then what? We've got 2 ceiling lights. They don't really specify. So we're gonna put one here and one here because I think that looks pleasant. Okay, I know it's not centered with the bed, but I think that's fine. We have an alarm clock, obviously gonna go right here. We've got some elephants. We have another picture frame. I think that goes here. Yes. Okay. Let's get that centered, like actually centered. Don't know why it doesn't want to center. Okay. What else? Looks like some little trinkety things just kind of everywhere, and that's fine. I'm going to put a cup on each side. Okay. And a bottle of water on each side. That makes sense. Okay, tissue box. We're gonna put that here. I don't know, it just feels right. Gonna put one of those there, one of those there. Elephant, adorable. What else? A deer. Okay, another elephant. We'll spin that guy around. Why not? And then 2 little figurines. So, what if we put these together? I'm okay with that. And then 2 flower pots. We're going to put both of those over here, I think. That's too close to the edge. Okay, and one of those, and one of those. Okay, that's cute, like that. Where'd the clutter go? Dressing table clutter. Okay, let's see what we got here. We have a tray, love that, starting off strong here. Some makeup, some cream, perfume, lipstick. I think that's lipstick. Nail polish, nail polish, nail polish. Okay, that went surprisingly quickly. And then we're going to put the comb and the brush up there as well. Okay, now where do we want to put 2 books? Let's put a book here. Let's put both books here. That would look nice, and then you can kind of sit over here and read. I think that's pretty good. And then the magazine, I think we're just going to tuck that like under there. Okay, and then they want me to sell 2 paintings, which are these 2 paintings. Okay, I think that went quite well in here. I'm very happy with how this turned out. So let's continue. Let's go on to the next. I believe this is also a bedroom. I'm honestly not sure. Dartboard, frame, and clutter. Okie doke. Okay, so this is like a game room. I thought this was going to be a bathroom for the bedroom. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to look at the picture on this. Okay. Where are the pictures? We're going to need them. Alright. Dartboard frame. Okay. Okay, so that tells us how big the dartboard needs to be. Just trying to line it up here. So this can go. Oh, I see now. Okay. They already had it pre-planned for us. I was trying to get the frame out to make sure we didn't mess it up, but they already had it laid out for us to do. Okay, love that. And then this looks like it just goes on these 2. Okay, that's really nice. I really like that design there. Okay, floor is this? That can't be right. That looks right, doesn't it? Am I crazy? Okay, so that's a wall. That's what we thought the floor... Okay, it has to be that. Right? That just feels so dark. Maybe it's not. Yeah, it is red. Okay, maybe it's not as dark as we think. We'll see. We'll keep rolling with it. That's what they want down here. So we are gonna roll with that. And then this goes on the walls. Okay, I love some nice wood paneling. No complaints there whatsoever. This room is so unexpected. Then what's the room outside gonna be? Do you go through a bedroom to get to the game room? I'm so intrigued. Maybe it's gonna be like a living room situation. A movie room would be pretty cool. I'm not sure. Okay, and then paint everywhere else, it looks like. Alright, gonna go up and over. Not gonna paint over the dartboard, though. We just put that in. Okay, I'm saying it more for me than you. But we're not gonna paint over top of that. Okay, make the paintbrush small. There we go. That went surprisingly well. Alright, let's get some more paint here. And we're gonna paint this whole wall. Okie doke. Oh gosh, I went up too quickly. There we go. Are we gonna have enough to... Okay. Okay, the answer is no. We were not gonna have enough to finish that wall. Alright, so that's all of the surfaces done. We can go ahead and get rid of those. Shades, gonna go over the windows, right? I am gonna make them a bit wider. They feel a little small, and I am gonna raise them up a bit. Okay, we'll try to get them the same height. Okay, that feels good. I like that. Light switch by the door. Where does the trim go? Just along the bottom or along the bottom and the top? Just the painted walls. Let's see. 1, 2. Okay, it's got to be more than just the painted walls, because that's just 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, it has to be all of the walls then. So, there we go. That looks good. And then down here. Okie doke. And then up here. Okay. Across there. Across here. And right across there. I believe that's all. Yes. Okay. Alright. Alright. Where does the couch go? Ugh. There's a fly actively dying in my coffee, guys. Could we not? Hang on. Let me grab a lid for my coffee. Hang on 1 second, guys. Okay. Okay, we are back, and I have a lid. Alright, no more flies in my coffee. My goodness, that's frustrating. There's supposed to be a light switch there. For what? Okay. I think the couch goes over here, it looked like. Best I can tell, I think that's the arm of a couch. We have a game machine right here. Okay. This goes over here. Alright, that makes sense. With the TV on it, that also makes sense. Can I scoot that back at all? Okay, that felt very forward. 2 side tape. Oh, that's probably supposed to go beside the couch, right? Okay. let's scooch everything over and let's get our side tables going. So we'll put one there, and then the couch, and then the other one. That feels better. All right, I'm cool with that. And then we'll scoot this over so it's more in line with the couch. So that should go right there. Okay, that feels good. And then the gaming stuff is just gonna go up here. Which way's the front of this? It's difficult to tell, really. I think it's that way. And then autosave lag. Gosh, I hate the autosave lag. It's so obnoxious sometimes. There we go. That looks cute. TV remote. That can just go over here. 2 lights. Alright, we'll put one there. And one here. Sure. This goes over here. And this goes on the wall right above. Okay, that's looking good. And then we're not going to put the posters exactly where they have them. We're just going to kind of put them where it feels right to be. Soccer up there maybe. And then this over there. Okay, that feels good. I think we actually did it the way they wanted. All right. Even though I said I wasn't going to, but we did. And that's fine. We have one box to unpack. Dartboard clutter. Okay, so they showed a light switch there. Not sure. Oh, it's for that. Well, that's cute. I like that. All right, that's kind of perfect. And then the dartboard, we're gonna center it right there. Okay, and then we'll just stick some darts in. I don't play darts, so I'm not sure like what's good or bad. I know a bullseye is good. Is that what it's called? It's called a bullseye, right? Alright, well that's looking good. I want to scoot this over to here because that's where you write down your score and stuff. Okay, I think we did it. So we're going to sell those 2 things. Perfect. Look at that. I really like how this room turned out. That's very cozy. It does raise the question of what is this room then? This, I guess, is an office type situation. Okay, I was not expecting that. Alright, where's our picture? I need to look at it. Okay. Floor, wood. Alright, so this is our floor. I feel like all of the transition strips were black and maybe I was supposed to leave them that way, but then I didn't. I feel kind of bad about that. I'm just realizing that now, that that's probably why they were all black. So yeah, my bad on that. My brain didn't even process that as being an option until now. Okay, well, too late now, but I'll keep that in mind for the future. There we go, got that, got this, got that. Okay, and then we are going to paint. So, just gonna go up here. There we go, all the way across. There we go, coming over here. And down. Grab some more paint. Okay. Oh gosh. What am I doing? Why did I do that? I just like suddenly pushed buttons. Okay. I should try not to do that. Okay. Wouldn't it make more sense to have the computer room in the back and the darts and stuff out here, just so when you're gaming, it's a quieter environment? Maybe I'm crazy, and maybe they don't record, you know? I'm always thinking about recording situations, and I want to be in the quietest spot. So to me, back there would be way quieter than out here, right? Because you're not in the hall. Well, I mean, how many people are going to be in the hallway, honestly? So maybe it doesn't matter. Alright, never mind. It's a pointless point. Alright, let's pull that up. Okay. Looks like this desk is going to go right here. Okay, that looks good. And then, oh, 14 of these. Okay. At least I realized it now, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know. 8. We're gonna do it. 9, 10, 11. Sorry, I never explained myself. I didn't know if we were supposed to do it on the wood panel walls or not. 12, 13. It looks like we didn't have to. Oh, yeah, maybe we did. Okay, never mind. Never mind. We did it correctly. Gonna put a computer there. A thing there. The mouse right here. Where did they put the computer? In the corner. Okay. I can do that. Which way's the front? This way. Alright, and then the office chair right there. Okay. And then this is going to go right here. There we go. Oh. I was like, why won't it go against the wall? There we go. Light switch. Going to put that right here. Ceiling lamp. Just going to put that vaguely in the middle. Okay, and then they want a chair here. Oh my goodness. All right. Printer right here. Okay, phone. We'll just leave that right there. They'll find it. And then some office-y stuff. We'll put that there. If they want all that stuff on the desk, it kind of looks like they might. Some of it's supposed to go in the cabinet. Okay. Okay, so like the pen goes here and the highlighter goes here. Where does the corkboard go? Above the computer. Alright, we're going to put it centered above the computer. Okay, and that's it for the desk, it looks like. And the rest should go in a cabinet. Okay, let's get this opened up. I saw that this goes in here. Where does the painting go? Doesn't really say, so we're going to put it over here. Gonna make it bigger. I didn't know you could make them bigger like that. That's crazy. I love that. Okay. And then the rug just goes like that. Maybe we'll scoot that over a little bit. Okay, that looks fine. Okay, everything else. Oh gosh, I'm just pushing all kinds of buttons today, aren't I? Everything else looks like it should fit nicely in here. How many of those? 10 of those. Okay. Maybe I should have put those on a different shelf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to have to move this. All right. 8, 9, 10. Okay. And then 5 of these. I bet they fit in very nicely next to this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, gosh. Not the direction I'm trying to turn you. Okay, 5. That's perfect. Love that. They put those on the top, though. It's fine. You know, it's fine. Not everything has to be perfect. How many of these? 4 or more. So 1, 2. Oh, gosh. This is so impossible. Can I, like, stand in that? Let's use the chair. Gonna stand on the chair. Alright, 3 more of these. 1, 2, 3. 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 of these, which I don't believe stack, so that's fine. And then we'll put a calculator in there and this fancy portfolio notebook thing. Why not? Okay, and then we can put the chair back. All right, and I'm pretty happy with how... Oh, hang on. Hang on, let's put this down here. Let's make these less squished. Didn't even realize that shelf was just sitting bare. Okay, so we actually did pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. Let's sell both of these. All right, and that is this entire floor done, guys. We finished this entire floor. So all we have left is this staircase, of course. And then the rest of the downstairs, which we did start on, and then we got a little overwhelmed and just kind of stopped for a bit. And then the outside, and that is all we have left. So we're going to leave it here for today. I feel like next time we might get this entire job done. So, yeah. And look how good it looks from the outside. My goodness. So yeah, let me know what you think. If you're not subscribed, but you do like what I'm doing, please consider subscribing. It helps me out a lot. And I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching this. And I hope you guys have a really, really good rest of your day. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!